Welcome to the Effortless English Show with the world's #1 English teacher, AJ Hoge, where AJ's more than 40 million students worldwide finally learn English once and for all, without the boring textbooks, classrooms, and grammar drills. Here's AJ with a quick piece to help you learn to speak fluent English effortlessly.
I'm AJ Hoge, the author of Effortless English, Learn to Speak English Like a Native. Join my VIP program. You will speak English powerfully. You will speak English effortlessly. You will speak English confidently. When you commit to my VIP program, you join and commit at effortlessenglishclub.com. effortlessenglishclub.com. Welcome. We're going to talk about technique, a strategy, really, better word, a strategy for improving your vocabulary. In other words, growing it, learning more words more quickly. There's different ideas about how to do this, but I'm just going to talk about one way that you can do this. Now, right now, we are live on YouTube today. YouTube, and we're going to talk about growing your vocabulary with something called volume training, we could call it. It's kind of like in weightlifting. Bodybuilders, weightlifters, they have something called volume training, high volume training. And that's where they're just lifting lots and lots and lots of weight. Maybe the weight is not so heavy, but they're lifting constantly, like just large numbers of repetitions, large numbers of exercises. High volume, it means amount, high amount. Quantity focus, meaning amount. Good to see everyone checking in here. Hi, everyone joining live today on YouTube. By the way, checking in here. Hi, everyone joining live today on YouTube. By the way, guys, about YouTube, you know, yesterday I did the little lesson with the Matrix trailer, just the trailer of the movie, right? I did it on Twitch, no problem, and I put the recording on YouTube. Guess what? Today, I got a notification, I got a message from YouTube saying that the trailer was copyrighted, and kind of like a warning. I got a warning from YouTube. So that just shows, that's just the trailer. So that shows there's no way I cannot put anything on YouTube. So after, starting next week, there will be no movie club lessons, nothing for the movie club on YouTube, nothing at all, no recordings, nothing live, nothing. So if you want to join that live movie club, which is now going to be actually a course, free if you join live, Twitch TV, twitch.oge, AJ Hoge. And of course, if you want to, you can wait for the recording. You'll have to buy that, but I'm going to make a course with the recording. I'll have a paid course. It won't be expensive. It won't be much. So don't worry about that. So if you want to get the recordings after the live show, no problem. I'll have those for sale. That'll help support our channel and the Effortless English Show. All right, guys. Good to see everybody. Just lots of people saying hello. Our regulars are here, of course. So tell you what, I'm just going to talk about the topic really quickly. I have to go fast today. Our babies really went crazy. That's why I'm late today. Our babies, some nights, if you guys have had children, you know. Sometimes they go crazy, right? It's a bad day and they're just crying and difficult all day. Well, we had one of those days today, and with both babies at the same time. So my wife's exhausted. I'm pretty tired too. So this is going to be a very short show because my wife needs to go to bed and I need to go in and get the babies, make sure they stay their sleep. And anyway, it'll be a short show, so I'm just going to go very fast today. So, volume training, here's what you do. So we have quantity and quality. Now, usually I recommend you do deep learning and that you repeat. You should do that with my lessons. You absolutely should do that with my lessons. They're designed for that. My VIP lessons, my pronunciation course, Power English, whichever ones, you should repeat them many, many times for deep learning. That's the main Effortless English system. If you want to grow your vocabulary quickly, learn lots of new words also, then what you can do is you can also add high volume. That means just large amounts without repetition. without repetition. So that's, for example, you listen to lots and lots and lots and lots of my podcast, to the new one each day, and then also listen to some of the old ones every day. Maybe find some other podcasts to listen to, or listen to audiobooks, read lots of books, read magazines, just English, English, English all day, lots of different things, and you don't repeat. And also, don't worry if you don't understand some words, if you just have to guess. Just guess the meaning and keep going. Your goal with this volume training is just to read and listen to as many things as possible, as much content as possible. Try to read as many books as you can in 1 month, for example. Try to listen to as many audiobooks as possible as you can in 1 month. So do the deep learning with my lessons, but then add all this volume all day long. Tons and tons of podcasts and audiobooks and books, magazines, comic books, anything and everything as much as possible. And just enjoy it. This is the other important part when you do this volume training. You can't get upset if you don't understand some things, because many things you won't understand. Just guess the meaning and keep going. Remember, it's all about quantity, the amount with this strategy. So, also, you just can't let yourself get upset. Don't get upset about your performance. Don't worry about performance. Don't worry if you're learning a word and then forgetting it later. Don't worry if you're having some trouble speaking, or don't worry if you can't use the words immediately. You can't worry about performance with this, because that's just going to stress you out and then you're going to stop. You just have to, your only focus is to enjoy reading and listening to a huge amount of English. It can be anything: TV, movies, audiobooks, podcasts, reading regular books, reading newspapers, reading magazines, reading comic books, anything and everything, a big mix, so that your brain, see, one of the nice things about this, it gives you variety. Sometimes people complain, when I'm doing the repetition a lot, I start to get bored. Well, okay, when you start to get bored, then change to a volume strategy for a few days. Right, so you're doing lots of repetition, you're really learning deeply, mastering English, mastering it, but then your brain gets tired from the repetition, the focus, the concentration, your brain gets tired. So take a break, a few days, just do volume, just read as many possible different things as you can, listen to as many different things as you can, just suddenly a massive variety, a massive amount. This will give your brain a lot of new things, stimulating it. And then, after a while, that might feel too much. You might start to get tired from that. Then you switch back, go back to focusing on deep learning, focusing on just a few things, and repeating a lot. And you can go back and forth between these, changing, and this helps to keep your motivation going. If you get tired with one approach, you can jump to the other one for a change. And then when that one gets tired, then you jump back, and you jump back and forth. Deep learning, focus, lots of repetition. And then sometimes jump and just do a huge amount, not much repetition. Then jump back to deep learning, lots of repetition. So this is a great way, just emotionally, for your brain, to keep your brain active and interested. And to give yourself a little break, but still learning English. Alrighty, so that's it. Very quickly, as I said, I have to go fast today. I have babies screaming in the other room. So let's just go to question and comments right now. How to make students keep quiet. Beat them with a stick is my favorite thing to do. Smack them in the head. It's a big question, actually, because you have to establish a kind of discipline and authority in the class, and there are actually many things you need to do for that. There's not just one little thing you can do. They have to respect you. They have to understand the rules, that there's a culture in the class, that when the teacher's speaking, they listen because they're there to learn. I would kick them out if they didn't do that. I would first make it clear, and be in a nice way, say people out of my class and goodbye. If they don't want to learn, then goodbye. I don't want them in my class. That's always how I felt. I still feel that way. Omer Noman says, you're not only an English teacher, you're a life coach. Well, thank you. I tried to be. Suvam Shah says, should I use deep learning for the podcast? You can. What you can do with that is you can pick like one of your favorite ones, right? Because if it's one of mine, it's about an hour usually. And then you just repeat it every day, repeating that one podcast. And then you can also add variety. You can also do this if you have enough time. If you have enough time, you can do both strategies every day, right? You can have some material, some things you do deep learning, lots of repetition. My lessons, if you're using my lessons, definitely do that deep learning. Maybe one of my podcasts, and do that deep learning. Maybe one of my podcasts. And then with the rest of your time in the day, then you would do wide learning, high volume, lots of variety, many, many, many things. And then you're getting both every single day. I mean, that would be the best, but you need several hours per day to do that. Deepak Vora says, I know academic knowledge of the English language, but I want to speak fluently with a free flow as water flows smoothly. I want to speak like you, smoothly and effortlessly. Well, you're in the right place. That's exactly what Effortless English is about. Speaking effortlessly and smoothly. Exactly. So just, get on my email, watch my 7 rules videos, read my book, and just follow the system. Follow the system and you will succeed. Is speaking more important than studying grammar? Yes, but more important is listening, and reading. Somaya says, I repeat your lessons and I imitate you. You're my role model, AJ. Thank you so much. That's great. Imitating me is a good idea. It will help your pronunciation and your fluency. This is the first time for me commenting here, says Shanal Abdullah Nuri. Thank you, AJ, for all your work for us. I never get tired with your voice. I listen to your voice 6 to 8 hours per day. Wow. That's great. Good for you. Katie says, I jumped from Facebook to here. Hello, AJ. You look good today. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. A little tired today from babies. Kind of some difficult day with the babies today. This is a nice one. Is it useful to write a diary in English? Says Volt379. It is actually. That's actually very good for your writing skill, to write a diary in English every day. Yes, it is good. It's a good practice to do. Yeah, Ibrahim Ali is really giving the master mindset here. He says, first, obsession. Second, intensity. The main idea is to enjoy learning in a fun way. That's exactly right. And that's kind of what the big topic for today is that you have to make it enjoyable for you. You have to keep it enjoyable. If it starts to become difficult and boring, then eventually you're going to want to stop. So you find ways to make changes. So if you start to feel bored, you start to get tired, then you change what you're doing for a little while, for a time, just to make your brain, more interesting again, to wake up again, and then you can jump back again. You can do this constantly. so that you keep it enjoyable. And also, of course, part of that is to choose content, choose things that you enjoy listening to. I hope you enjoy my podcast, so listen to my podcast. Read books that you enjoy. Don't read books you don't like, because some people do that. They think I must read this book because it's important or it's difficult. But no. Better to read easier books that you really like, that you really enjoy. And the same with audiobooks and everything else. Ashraf Batra 10 says, "Hi AJ Hoge. After hard work, just in 1 year I learned English because of my hard work and because of you. Thank you so much. Now teach people English. What's the best way to teach them?" Well, I'm going to do a teacher training course in the future. My short answer is get a book by Blaine Ray. It's called Fluency Through TPR Storytelling. The writer's Blaine Ray. Blaine Ray. You can do a search for him. He's a good teacher trainer. Very nice. Baha Janabi's asking, why should we repeat every set of Power English for 1 week, even if I understand everything? Because understanding's not enough. It has to become automatic, right? Just understanding it at all. You have to get the phrases, the vocab, the phrases, which means the grammar also, and the pronunciation. Has to go deep, 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 deep for it to be automatic. Otherwise, you'll be thinking about it and hesitating. So repetition is the mother of skill, as Tony Robbins and, I don't know, Aristotle or someone else said that, or wrote it. So, it's just like someone, I always give the example, Baha, I don't know if you play golf, but if you play golf, you swing. I can show you how to swing a golf club in like 2 minutes. I can show you how. So then would you say, okay, well now I understand how to swing. I don't need to practice it anymore. I don't need to repeat the swing anymore. I know how to do it. Of course not. It's ridiculous because you know how to do it, but you can't do it well. And in fact, you need thousands of repetitions to get just an okay golf swing. You would need thousands and thousands of repetitions practicing it. Well, it's very similar with vocab, with phrases, with listening, with English in general. Okay? One repetition is not enough. Just because you understand it, it's not enough. It's not enough to be automatic. Your own language, you've heard thousands and thousands of repetitions of the most common words and phrases and grammar. Thousands and thousands and thousands. So 1 week is actually not a lot of repetition. Wanong asks, doesn't listening improve your speaking? Yes, it does. Absolutely, yes. Yeah, so Omar says, I'm into the quantity strategy. That's what I do with your podcast. It's working very well. It does work well. It will work well. Especially it works well as you become more advanced. So this is another point. Beginners need a huge amount of repetition, right? They can't really use this quantity strategy as well because they don't understand anything. So if they just try to read a lot of stuff very fast or listen to a lot of things very fast, they understand almost nothing, so they really don't improve at all. So beginners really have to focus on a few simple things and repeat them a huge amount, get used to the language, build their vocabulary a little bit, start to understand the grammar in a natural way. But then as you get into like the intermediate levels, especially higher intermediate and advanced levels, then you can do more and more and more and more and more of this quantity, of the volume strategy. It becomes more and more effective as you get better. Patrick Sinamini, good to see you again. I've tried all your tactics, AJ, for improving my English. Everything has been so powerful. Now so good at speaking English, but there's a secret. Listening while reading was mostly effective. Yeah, that is a great thing to do. Listen and read at the same time. Get a book, get the audio book, listen and read at the same time. Get my lessons, they come with text, listen and read the text at the same time. Absolutely, you can do that as long as you need to. Faisal says, can English be improved watching cartoons? Yeah. If you choose good ones. Choose the right cartoons. You know, you want cartoons that have a good, good amount of talking. I would choose the older cartoons like Bugs Bunny and that kind of stuff, maybe. Yeah, I have to think about it. I can't recommend specific ones, honestly, right now. Victor Agostini says, I'm from Brazil. Hi, AJ. I so much love your classes. I've been learning with your effortless English. Thanks a lot for helping me. You are welcome. Thanks, Victor. Lisa says, I've experienced that many repetitions are more effective for me if I speak out words and sentences aloud. So she's listening and also speaking out the sentences and the phrases with a loud voice. Yes, I recommend that too. It's very good. Very good. Full Rage asks, do you have a course for teachers? Yeah, no, it will probably be open again next year. I've done it one time, and it's kind of a live one. You have to join and register because I do every week with the teachers. I'll do a live chat with you and answer questions. So next year I'll probably do it again. Cardo says, hey Jay, I saw you in my dream, which was all about I saw you in person, and that excited me. Cardo, maybe we'll meet someday. I hope so. We'll meet. Until then. Okay, which is better? Muhammad Safa asks, watching movies or reading books? Well, they're both good. They're just different. I'd say, for just pure vocabulary building, learning lots of words, I would say books. For conversational English, pronunciation, everyday, like real English, idioms and slang, movies are better. So they each have different strong points. Let's see. Walid asked, does your business model still work for 2019? Make a blog and get money from ads. Well, that's not my business model. I don't do I don't make money from ads. Zero money from ads. No ads on my blog, no ads on my YouTube, no ads on anything I do. I don't like that model. So no, I don't. I think it's a crappy way to make money. I don't think it's very effective. You're not going to works. I mean, I know some people have done it, but I think it's a very difficult way to try to make money. Looks like a Thai name. How can I memorize the new vocabulary in a long term? Well, I'm not a big fan of trying to memorize. So this volume approach, this, reading a huge amount, listening to a huge amount, you kind of will just gradually learn words as you guess them and see them again and again, because you'll start to see the same word in many different places. And that's kind of a natural repetition. It's also by repeating the same content many, many, many times. Again, you're automatically getting a huge repetition. In that way, you will learn the words, and you don't have to try to force yourself to do it. So these are kind of natural ways to remember more words long term. You'll always forget some words. Don't worry about that. I forget words in English too sometimes. So it's totally natural, but overall, to learn and remember the most, these two ways are the best. I personally don't like doing flashcards and that kind of memory games and all that kind of stuff. I find them very boring. Hussein asks, how are you? I want to be fluent in 1 month. Is it possible? I had good English and writing. I can't speak fluently. What should I do to help? Well, I'm not sure. It depends where you are now, right? Is it possible? Yes. If you are already kind of close, then one super month of huge effort, all day English, listening, and maybe like doing a pronunciation course and maybe getting a conversation partner and just a huge effort, you could probably be fluent in 1 month if you're close. If you're starting from zero, you're not starting from zero because you're listening to me now and you're typing in English. So I already know you're not a total beginner. So I can't really answer that question because I don't know your level now. But I will say this, you can make a huge improvement in 1 month. A super big improvement in 1 month, you can, if you make that huge effort, that huge amount of time. So good luck to you. Do it. Why not? Why not? Just do it. Doesn't matter. You will improve a big amount. I think you'll still be happy. Whatever the result is, you'll be happy. Okay, a couple more guys and then I have to go. I've got to go because my wife's very tired. Yeah, okay. Question I get sometimes. Antonio de Lima. Many teachers recommend listening to songs in order to learn English, but sometimes some songs are grammatically wrong. Yeah, I disagree with those teachers. I always say no to songs. I think songs are not useful. Possibly a bit useful with pronunciation, specifically intonation, the rhythm a little bit. But overall, I just don't think songs are good. As you said, they're not grammatical. Number two, they don't even have, many songs have, the sentences are not even logical. They make no sense because it's a kind of poetry. They're not trying to, not criticizing the songs, but you're not learning useful phrases from songs usually because they're not natural. They're not conversational. So for all these reasons, and also sometimes the pronunciation's actually really bad. There's so many famous examples in English of songs that are very difficult to understand. Even for me, like native speakers, where you think you're hearing something, but you're hearing the wrong thing because the singer is not pronouncing clearly. So there are a lot of reasons why I just don't think I think you waste your time with songs if you're trying to learn English. Movies and TV and books and audiobooks are all much, 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 much better. So if you want something kind of entertaining, focus more on TV and movies. If you're going for entertainment in English that will help you, TV and movies are much, much better. That's why we're doing a movie club and movie lessons. I will not do a song club, okay? Because it's just, yeah. No, I disagree with those teachers. I think some teachers do it because just kind of, it's like a lazy activity they can do in class. They know the students like it. The students like it because it's a lazy activity and they can listen to some music. For actual learning of English is not very good. Well, Katie, today says, this is different topic, but I like it. Today's my 21st day of doing my 365 walking days challenge. More than 4 kilometers every day. Excellent. Every time I walk, I listen to your podcast. I love your idea of the difference between goal and life purpose. Wonderful, Katie. That's great. Hey, I'll kind of join you in that challenge. I think I've been walking every day for pretty long time. Went for a walk today. Let's all join Katie and walk every single day. And you can listen to Effortless English when you do it. Okay, guys, 2 more and then I'm going to go. Okay, guys, 2 more and then I'm going to go. Just jump down to the bottom. You guys are typing fast. Okay. When will you do this live again? Tomorrow. Usually a little bit earlier than this. Usually about an hour earlier than today. Merrick, with a personal question. Hey, Merrick, good to see you. I have a private question for you. Do you miss the USA? If so, what are you missing? I'm asking because being and living in the USA is a dream come true for many people. No, not really. I'll say if I miss something, it's of course my family that lives there and my close friends. So I do miss them very much. Do I miss living in America otherwise, like the culture and everything? Honestly, no. The only place, there's one exception, Hawaii. I love Hawaii, and I do miss Hawaii. I'll have to say that. It's paradise. Hawaii's paradise. It's beautiful. The weather's perfect every day. The ocean, visually it's beautiful. The green and the blue and aqua colored water, and I miss Hawaii. The mainland, no, I don't miss it at all. I quite like Japan much more. I like Japanese culture better now. I feel very comfortable in Japan now. And I've gotten quite used to Japan. I think Japan is a healthier culture now, a healthier society now in general. Physically healthy and like emotionally and socially more healthy too. So I don't miss living there. I miss family, and I do miss Hawaii. I will say that. Hawaii is the only place I could live in America still. Nowhere else. Okay, let's see. We got one more. I'm looking for one more question, guys. One more. Lots of questions. Someone need to sort through. Okay. This is a common question, but I'll answer it since we're on YouTube. Hi, I'm Ty. What's the best, American English or British? Everybody who knows me can jump in right now and say the answer. Which accent should Thai people practice? Take a guess. American, of course. American's better. Much better. Totally superior to the British in every way. Right? I'm only half joking about that. Honestly, it doesn't matter. It's up to you. Which should Thai people learn? It doesn't matter, really. Whichever you like better. Now, I will say this. The American, I believe, I'm American, so I'm kind of joking, saying American's better. But I do believe the North American accent is more useful. Because America is a much larger country. Much bigger population, especially when you add America and Canada together. Much bigger population. Of course, economically, America is much more powerful than, and in terms of media, Hollywood and other television and just general world international media. Again, America dominates. Britain has a film industry, but it's much smaller. So just for all of these reasons, the truth is just the American accent is far more common internationally. You're just going to see it everywhere much more. It's just America's a far more powerful, big, more influential country. So for those very practical reasons, even though I'm kind of joking, but for those practical reasons, I still think America's the better accent to learn, the American. However, if you love the British accent for some reason, it's fine, okay? Americans understand the British accent, so it's no big deal. It's no problem. Or if you have some reason for British, if you hope to travel in England, you hope to live in Britain, something like that, you work for a British company, then okay, you might focus on British. So really the answer is it doesn't matter. Either one's fine. If you just want totally practical, which one's the most practical, the most useful internationally, which one's the biggest and the most common, of course it's North American by far. So there it is. All right, guys, gotta go. I gotta go take care of babies and let my wife go to bed. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Just a quick one today. And I'll be back again tomorrow, usually now around 8 p.m. Japan time live. Okay? So as always, join my VIP program at effortlessenglishclub.com. Join at effortlessenglishclub.com.